Please join me in welcoming in from Eastbourne, Scott Hilman.
So Scott Hilman from Eastbourne down near Brighton in Sussex. Makes his way into the ring. Fighter who hasn't racked up any victories in his career so far. 14 defeats, and he takes on JJ Hughes, who is looking to make plenty of noise before he's already entered into the ring. Making his debut tonight then, JJ Hughes. And he's just quit into the ring. No messing around. And that's a man who looks insanely focused tonight.
Yeah, I spoke to him last week at the
press
press conference, and he seems like a very, very focused guy. He's been away from boxing for 8 years, I believe. Keen to make his mark.
From Eastbourne, Scott Hilman. And his opponent across the ring in the right corner, wearing the white shorts with the green trim. Weighing today at 11 stone and 11 pounds, making his professional debut from Bexley Heath, JJ Hughes.
There's a lot of support for JJ Hughes.
Your referee, from South Boxing. This is the middleweight contest of 4 3 rounds.
Interesting there, just as the two touch gloves, JJ Hughes, after the confident walk into the ring and into the arena, suddenly just started to look around a bit more. The head's moving. The eyes are just looking away. He's taking in his surroundings quite a bit. As opposed to Hillman, the more experienced fighter.
Never been KO'd.
He's looking to just keep his eyes down and keep his eyes on the prize.
Wow,
but look at Hughes with a great start.
He's caught for his attention.
Bad way to start your first ever professional fight. Straight on the front foot, right on the aggression, and look at Hillman just starting to step away already. Keep some distance because Hughes was straight out of the corner, charging forward.
Ooh.
Those fast hands.
Very fast.
That we've heard about, that he's been itching to show. Anybody was worried about the perhaps nerves getting to him of his first fight and the occasion in this grand arena. It's certainly not looking that way.
Left round the guard from Hughes.
Hillman's not really retaliating in any way, shape or form.
Probably wondering what's going on. This guy's supposed to be a debutant.
Swing, big swing with the right hook, but Hughes came straight back, unfazed. Thumping in low, but nothing quite getting clean through this time. Good guard by Hillman, just clenching up and trying to stay tight. One works around the side though, the left hand. Just a sly wink there, I thought, for a moment from Hillman to across to his corner. Stepping into a left hook that didn't quite connect cleanly, coming up swinging again. Hillman with a left, just trying to stay in this bout early on. establish himself. Every time Hughes is just trying to tee off with as many punches as he can.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to be a little bit careful, Hughes. I mean, we saw at the East End explosion in November, you know, a young, fresh fighter teeing off against an unbeaten guy can get caught and get put out. Sorry, not against an unbeaten guy, a guy who's never won.
For the moment, Hughes is looking to maintain that pace.
Certainly doesn't look like that's going to
Keep
happen
it going.
at the moment, no.
They start to trade blows now. Hillman is making a bit more of an impact himself. Round 1 in the books, a last punch from Hughes connecting. That is a really bright start to your career. I don't think we've seen anybody come out flying like that as a debutant in the last few times that we've been here.
Certainly here to entertain, isn't he?
Perhaps looking to take a little bit of inspiration from Richard Rietpour and try and get a first round finish. Not the case for JJ Hughes, but he's all right, breathing heavily. Hillman stood up in the corner. If he maintains that effort level for 4 rounds, it'll be astonishing.
Certainly will. I mean,
no more than a 20-second gap or so between him throwing clusters of punches. And when they did, they weren't just in 1s and 2s and the odd 3, it was 3s and 4s at times. We see what round 2 has in store. Nice body shot round the side from Hillman. And a good right hand as well that just caught Hughes, who wants to make his opponent feel the pain for that.
A little bit low there from Hughes. But Hillman trying to clear his nose quite a lot. Wonder if it's blood or.
Well, he's not
really digging his shots in, isn't he?
He's not going to get a breather, is he, against Hughes? And again, 4, 5, 6. Look at this. The continuing shots into the body. Hillman having to use the shoulder to try and evade the attention. Great shots around the head, although that second one caught the gloves more than anything else.
Looking a lot less happy now, Hillman. No sly winks to the corner.
I'm just not sure how clean that last one was, though, in terms of catching him around the face. It was more into the gloves and the thud of glove on glove. That one into the body, though, certainly was a nicer shot with the right.
Very clean.
Jab gets through the guard. Hillman comes swinging back. A couple just catching Hughes around the midriff.
Does Gum Shield come out? What's happened there?
He's gone out without one. They're very good at checking these sorts of things.
Doctor.
He's just got a cut above the eye, perhaps. I can't see anything from where we are here at ringside. Sent over to the corner. Can't see a cut or anything like that, but Hillman's obviously done enough damage to warrant some sort of stop for a moment. And they get straight back to it, these two. Look at the right hand, the power from Hughes there as he sprung out of his guard. Another vicious shot.
Big shot.
Hillman trying to evade and keep his head in close to escape
Problem
these
is when
blows.
he does that, he just gets punished to the body.
There you can see it is a cut just there around the right eye.
Well,
big shot
trying to get this done
Hughes
before it gets stopped, I think, now, Hughes.
Cut on his left eye as well. He's the one that's been the main aggressor and certainly landing the better blows, but he's the one that's had blood drawn. He needs to make sure he gets this job done with the open wounds and the attention already been drawn to it.
Hillman's leaving his head in on it, trying to open it, do whatever he can.
Some incidental contact, or what will look as incidental contact perhaps from Hillman in the meantime.
Yeah, look,
Hughes trying to
pushing
keep him in the
just
corner.
pushing his head towards his eye as much as possible. Yeah, and he's
No
been
warning
warned for
about it.
Yeah.
Suddenly, though, with the cuts around the head, it suddenly becomes a slightly more even fight.
Yeah. Yeah, well, if it was ruled to be a punch, am I right in thinking if it was ruled to be from a punch and it gets stopped because of it,
Then yeah, that would be.
maybe a knockout, well, a technical knockout for Hillman.
They're going to give both eyes some attention over in the red corner as Hughes.
Plenty of Vaseline, I imagine.
Bleeding continues.
Hillman standing up, looking.
It's interesting to see what reaction as well. Some fighters thrive on that. A bit of blood drawn sparks them a bit more. Others, perhaps a fighter in his first bout may be a little rattled by it, but he certainly
didn't.
wasn't
No.
withholding anything.
Second out, round 3.
Well, I mean, it's not been difficult to score this one.
Round 3 gets underway. Almost a stroke around the chin rather than a big shot by Hellman. That one slightly better, the jab.
Lovely little step to his left there, and Hughes.
It's a good body blow. He's winding up that right hand. He went searching for that left eye there, and again, Hillman trying to keep the left jab and that initial hook right on the cut. J.J. Hughes answering back. His pace has slowed down. You can see that in this third round.
Yeah,
The power
his
of the
will
shots.
to win, I don't think, has to.
The power of the shots remains the same.
Just
Three
skimming
landed.
past the guard there.
And perhaps 5 would have been dealt midway through the second. Shot into the body this time. Hillman leaning in and closing up the gaps. Doesn't seem to get too affected by the shots into the body. Scott Hilman.
No, he's
able to soak them in almost.
just clubbing him round the head though, J.J. Hughes.
Both fighters breathing really deep. Brilliant
Right
shot.
round the two
And a
follows it
second
up.
one coming up. Hughes clubbing over the guard.
Just looking at his fans in the crowd for a split second as well.
Both being warned about the head. Hillman leaning in once again. Hughes not getting the guard down this time with those shots.
Those ones were one for the wives and girlfriends. Looked pretty, but didn't do an awful lot. Still though, another round for Hughes, like I said.
Hughes just breathing a little deeper, panting a touch more.
I
He's
mean-
perhaps exerted himself that little bit more.
He'd be inhuman if he hadn't tired a little bit with that output for the last 3 rounds.
Second out, fourth and final round.
Fourth and final round then of J.J. Hughes' debut fight. He's bleeding. He's also trying to dish out a beating. And it's fair to say, at least on points, that he has bettered his opponent for most of this. But there is still one more round left, this fourth and final round. Tentative start compared to the early two. Again, using the power. Not the same amount of pace in the shots, but happy to just wind up. As
Good movement there from Hughes.
Hillman doesn't dish out too much at this point. And dancing around, goading in Hughes as he lowers the gloves. Good body shot. Helped by the ropes, Hillman almost to absorb it. Another shot with the right hand into
to the body, yeah.
Left side of his opponent. One right down the middle that whipped back the head of Hillman.
Yeah, he's just sat off him a little bit more this final round, JJ. Wonder whether he's certain he's got it in the bag and just doesn't want to risk opening up that cut.
Well, would be unlikely to see a stoppage because of the cut, really. I think at this point, two more head rattlers. Knock Hillman from left to right, but again, every single one of these punches has been absorbed and
certainly soaks it up well, doesn't he?
There's not been any sort of a stagger, really, from Scott Hilman.
Oh, yes. Lovely movement.
Warned about leading in with the head once more. Hillman protects up, takes a last shot, but JJ Hughes, you feel, will have that one. That's an excellent debut fight.
Ooh.
And I think Hillman's trying to apologise if the
Don't think JJ was
the
interested
cut
in
came from head contact. Hughes getting a bit of treatment in the corner now, and he wasn't really taking that apology from his opponent. A really bright start from Hughes, which just about kept up throughout the 4 rounds. Pace was always going to drop off after the first 2.
Yeah, I mean, he showed a bit of everything, though. He changed his game up. Thought he looked very good certainly, particularly for a first fight.
You'd imagine that this is only going one way, unless there's any shock. Let's go down to Mark Schmidt and see.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of the middleweight action, the referee scores the contest 40 points to 36 points to your winner on his professional debut, JJ Hughes.
Never in doubt.
Your appreciation, Scott Hilman.
Two trainers exchanging words about it, about the cut above the left eye.
Congratulations, blistering start to your career. How did you feel it went?
I'm happy with that. I need to thank John. I walked in the gym 1 year ago. I was a fat mess, and he still turned me round. And that was my first fight in 8 years. So I'm a little bit eager, but me and John are going to work on stuff now. we're going to have it.
It was a really, really impressive debut.
Don't worry about this shit. My head's harder than that. You have to come with a bigger head to do something damage to my head.
John, you were happy with that?
Happy-ish. I was happy-ish for the simple reason is we got involved in the fight at the start, and I wanted to rather seen us working our way into it behind the job. But you can teach anybody how to box, you can't teach him how to fight. This kid will fight all day long. Do you understand? He's bored of fight. So he hasn't boxed in 8 years, and I told him before the fight, I would rather him see him doing 4 rounds rather than get in and knocking somebody out. He didn't benefit out of that. Look, we started off with a bad cut on the first round. He done well to get through the 4 rounds, and then when he started doing what he does right, he didn't get touched. So, big thank you to him, Mickey Elliott Promotions, for giving him a chance. Keep watching this space, we'll be back.
Congratulations.